welcome back to Blogging with Jessica. Today we'll be discussing part 1 of the story of King Arthur and his knights. This is the beginning picture. That is Sir Kay, Arthur's brother. We'll discuss more about that. Okay, so the story starts out with Arthur being young, an 18-year-old, and he's with his father and his brother, who aren't really his father and his brother, but I discussed that in the prologue. They got a letter from London town, which is where Uther Pendragon and where the rightful king belongs, and it was discussing about how there was a great tournament of strength and fight for knights, and Sir Kay happened to be a knight. Sir Kay is Arthur's brother, I forgot to mention that. But yeah, Sir Kay got a letter saying, hey, come fight in our tournament. So he was like, yay, let's go, because apparently Sir Kay is like this super strong knight who like all the ladies love. He's super cool, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they head to London town, and Sir Kay does the tournament, and he does great. He beats everyone. He's on the top. He's going for the gold. And then this other knight shows up. This other knight does the exact same thing. He starts beating people after people after people after people, jousting and sword fights and duels and winning, blah, 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 blah. And then Sir Kay comes up to this duel, and he can tell from the other knight's eyes that the other knight wants to kill him for some stupid reason. And so while Sir Kay is in the middle of fighting this person, his sword breaks. And so the other knight comes towards him and tries to stab him, but a whole bunch of people tackle the other man. And Sir Kay says, okay, let's finish this square and fair. First, I gotta go get a new sword. So he tells his little brother, Arthur, who is his esquire. The esquire is the person with all the swords and the armor for the knights. And he says, go find me a new sword. So Arthur goes around looking for a sword, and he can't find one anywhere, till he stumbles upon the cathedral, where there happens to be a sword in an anvil on top of a marble stone. Whoo! And so Arthur doesn't know of the prophecy that whoever pulls the sword from the anvil is the rightful king of England. He didn't know that, because why would anyone tell him that? So he goes up and he's like, oh, this sword would be great for my brother. And he pulls it out of the anvil. Super clean, super simple, super easy, which no one else has been able to do that before. Everyone else have never been able to budge the sword out of the stone. And so Arthur goes back to his brother and hands him the sword. And his brother knows exactly what the sword is from, because his brother knows the prophecy, but Arthur doesn't for some reason. And his brother says, oh my gosh, my brother is the rightful king of England. But Sir Kay, his brother, who is a total dingwad for some stupid reason, says, you know what? We're not going to tell people that my brother pulled this out of this anvil. We're going to tell everyone I pulled the sword out of the anvil. So Sir Kay goes to his father and says, Father, look. Here's the sword from the anvil. I pulled it out. I'm the rightful king of England. And his father says, oh my gosh, this is so great. But his father didn't believe him. So his father said, okay, if you pulled it out of the anvil, you can put it back and pull it right back out again. And Sir Kay was like, crap. I'm not going to be able to put it back in the anvil because I didn't take it out in the first place. And so he says, okay, if I can put it in the anvil, so can Arthur. I say we have Arthur put it back in the anvil. And his father was like, nope, you go. You gotta go put it back in the anvil, because his father's smarter than that. His father knows. Well, he doesn't really know, but, you know, he knows that his son isn't the rightful king of England. And so Sir Kay goes back up to the anvil and tries to put the sword in, but there's no slit where the sword was going. It was just a flat anvil. So he tried and he tried and he tried, but he could not put the sword back in the anvil. And Arthur, being a genius little boy, was like, well, father, why would he be able to put it back in the anvil if he wasn't the one who took it out? I was. And his father was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And so Arthur goes back and he puts the sword back into the anvil, clean, without any scratches, and pulls it right back out again. And then from there we know that Arthur is the rightful king of England. And then out of nowhere Merlin shows up and says, congrats, boy. I have been watching you this entire time, because Merlin's a creep. And he was like, I knew that you were the rightful king of England, because I gave you, me and Uther Pendragon, your rightful father, gave you up to this family. Did not tell them that you were the rightful king. And his family was like, oh my gosh, we have been housing the king of England this entire time. And so Merlin goes and he gets this gets Arthur ready to become a king, and Arthur's saying, I don't want to be a king of England. I'm not ready, I'm not qualified, I'm not taught, I don't know anything. And Merlin was like, oh, dude, I'll help you. And then Arthur was like, okay, well, I love my family so much that I'm going to make Sir Kay, my brother, the lead knight, and my father, my man, the dude that, like, stands on the side and, like, helps him out, is like, hey, do this, blah, 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 because, you know, he loves his family. But that is pretty much the story of chapter first. Also, it's not called Camelot. It's called London Town, which is weird. I don't even know if Camelot's going to come through this book. It's really good, though. I'll show you guys the pictures. There's some really good pictures in here. Like, on every chapter, they just have, like, these really great drawn-out pictures. And they're super pretty. Like, super, super pretty. Like, imagine Michelangelo, but even cooler. Because Michelangelo is cool. Okay, so this is the picture for chapter 3rd. That's Arthur, and he's putting his sword back into the anvil on the marble stone. And then we're going to show you the picture from chapter 2nd, which is Sir Kay showing his father the sword, which he goes around and says, oh yeah, I pulled the sword out of the sun. I'm the rightful king. Liar. I hope you enjoyed it.